Hello everybody, welcome to the Hero Stone podcast. My name is Bart.
My name's Adam.
And today we... Oh, go ahead.
I think my name's Adam. I'm having a bad day.
I'm sure that your name is Adam.
I think so. I'll check it.
I didn't check it, but...
I think so.
But I believe you that your name is Adam. Today we are going to talk about the future.
The future. So this is more of a broad topic lesson, you would say. So we're going to cover multiple levels. Talk about nouns, talk about verbs, ask some questions, but it's broad, open context, conversational English class. That's what this is, basically. There's no set agenda for this, just a string line to operate with.
Exactly, we'll just make small talk.
So Friedrich Nietzsche said, I think I've pronounced that right, Friedrich Nietzsche said, the future influences the present just as much as the past. What does that mean? You weren't ready for that one. Yeah, so what does that mean?
That means that you are creating your present.
Yeah.
Which is like...
What you did in the past can change the future.
Yeah.
Or it can influence people. It can influence the world.
Everything can influence.
Everything's connected by the matrix.
Like butterfly effect. Have you heard about
the butterfly effect? Yes.
Yeah.
I saw a film with Ashton Kutcher.
This I didn't, but I heard.
Very good at movies. Bart, just to change the topic, before this podcast, we had a brief conversation about stuff. So I've just mentioned Ashton Kutcher, the butterfly effect. Pretty well-known Hollywood actor in the past as well, which he's tying in. I mentioned Blade Runner, Harrison Ford, Blade Runner, one of the most famous ones. Bart's never heard of it.
Because I'm always busy, I have no time to
questioning my friendship with him at the moment due to the fact. Luckily, he answered the second question correct. Have you seen The Matrix? He said yes. I said we can remain friends. So
that's passed.
You've only just passed. You need to watch Blade Runner. That's your job for the rest of the day because it's questionable. It's questionable. Right. So this is about what you would like to happen and what's actually going to happen. So what's going to happen or what you would like to happen. So what would you like to happen in your future?
In my future?
And I'll give you a time cap. 5 years.
5 years? But that's like more personal or general?
Your future. It could be becoming more proficient at brushing your teeth. It could be growing your beard longer than your hair. It could be progressing in your job.
Build a house, something
anything.
Like this.
5 year cap. Your choice. Your future. It's your choice. I can't pick your future.
5 years, I would say. Build a flat, build a house,
okay,
or something like this. Maybe be like expert in
your field of your job.
Yeah, exactly. The things that I'm doing.
Second question: what will actually happen?
What will actually happen?
It's a trick. It's almost a trick question. What will actually happen? There's one answer.
And the answer is I don't know.
There you go. So he doesn't know. So you don't know, but you can work towards an answer. But if you do nothing will happen. Yeah. So you're working towards that.
I'm doing like proper things to predict it in some way.
Yes, you're helping it go.
I'm trying to.
You're pushing the boat in the direction. But if the wind changes, that's not in your control. Okay. What would you like to happen in your country's future?
In my country's future?
5 years.
5 years, for sure, economic growth.
Which is what's happening.
It's due
to overtake the UK soon.
Yeah, actually. But that's only statistic, I would say.
Okay.
Because people have problem to buy a flat, to do some things. A lot of people in my age has.
I think that's a worldwide issue, though. If you look in Spain, the UK, Ireland, anywhere, things are just super expensive. Yeah. It's unaffordable.
You can't normally work in normal job and buy a flat. That's impossible already. Yeah. So that's the thing that I would like to have in the future.
Yeah.
To have possibility to work, spend like, let's say, 10% of my salary to the things that necessary and other for the self-development, for the doing other things, trying, let's say, businesses and do things like that. Because already I didn't like read statistics, but I like average is 70% of salaries to spend for the normal
things like you need for the basics.
Food, basics.
Just quickly, what's the minimum hourly rate in Poland?
What's the minimum hourly rate?
Roughly, with a rough guide between a couple of zlotys.
20, 25.
How much? So that's per hour.
Yeah, per hour.
In your hand, or is that before tax?
Let's say it for your hand.
Hand.
Depends.
Depends on the hours and
Yeah,
contract.
yeah.
So let's call it 18 zlotys then.
18? Yeah.
Or 19.
20.
20, okay, we'll round it off at 20. Bart's a stickler for figures. Two zlotys makes a big difference. So let's round it off at 20.
In a whole year, it makes difference.
Yeah, this is what he's like. It's what I have to live with. So imagine how much a loaf of bread is. How much is a loaf of bread? 5 zloty.
5 at least.
Or sometimes 3 if you go to a cheap place, but 5.
Yeah, but
and how much do you earn? How much do you earn for 1 hour?
No, I think it's hard to buy it for 5 already.
Yeah, so 20 per hour.
Yeah.
And the bread's 5 or 6.
Up to 10 at least.
So there's a problem there already, isn't there? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Just bread.
Just bread. So that's without anything to eat with the bread.
Yeah.
And bread is classed as not a very good food. It would be called a table filler back in the day. So you'd have your main meal and bread would be in the middle, just in case anybody else is hungry or to dip in the sauce. Now bread's becoming unaffordable. So if you have a very low paying job, how do you afford things like that?
That's the problem. And that's...
How much is a coffee in a cafe for a double espresso in town? How much?
In town, depends on the town. But in Krakow, I think that 15 zloty are.
15. So you've worked 45 minutes for a double espresso.
Yeah, for just drink a coffee.
Yeah, there's something wrong there with that. So things are unaffordable basically at the moment. Hopefully things can change, but I don't know how. So what do you think will actually happen in your country? So we've done what you would like to happen in your life. What will actually happen? What would like to happen in your country? What will actually happen in your country? Do you think?
What I think.
Predict a prediction.
In a case of prediction, if we look like it looks like right now, more crimes will come.
Crime is on the rise now. So
because
more people
started to be poor.
Yes, with technology, or do you mean small crime like taking things?
Yeah, like just steal the bread, for example,
the
or
6
things
zloty
like
bread.
that.
So, or steal
butter. I heard that
people are stealing butter.
Butter,
butter's gone really expensive though at the moment in Poland. It's like doubled in price.
Double or triple.
So it's okay. So last question. Again, it's a broad topic lesson. So what kind of technology will we have in the future that doesn't exist today? Big question. And another bit to that is how will transport, homes and education, fashion and food be different in the future? So I'm giving you little tips there. So let's focus on one of those. Fashion. I've made it difficult for him. So how will fashion be different in the future?
Will be different. I mean,
think about it. Coming from a software point of view.
Software? Yeah.
I've made it
but
difficult.
How can I connect fashion with software?
I don't know how can you do that. So,
but you think? But in which time period? 5 years or so?
5 years, yeah.
I don't think that we will have interactive clothes.
Yeah. Okay.
In 5 years, maybe it will be in the future.
Okay.
But in the case of technology,
think about when you're buying glasses. Like I used to wear glasses. I've had laser eye surgery a couple of years ago. If you want to try on lots of the different frames and glasses, nowadays, what can you do online? Think about it. Connect the dots. He's connecting the dots. It's like Neo in the Matrix. He's connecting the dots.
But you want to buy glasses?
You want to buy some shades from Ray-Ban, for example, or any other company, and you're not sure which ones, and there's no shop in your town. How do you know which ones will suit your face?
I don't know.
Connect it to software.
Connect software?
So you scan it, or you send an image of your face into the website, and you try on lots of glasses virtually.
Is it exist right now?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
You can try on hundreds.
I didn't know.
You can try on hundreds of frames. Companies like Zalando, you can scan your image in. You can try on pants.
I know that with shoes it works like that.
Yeah, and shoes.
With glasses,
same with bikes. Same with everything. You can do virtual tours now of everything.
Yeah.
So that's why I would say connected to fashion, it's become more virtualized. So you can try different makeup. Women can try different makeups on apps and stuff. Like I wonder what their lips would look like this. And so I think fashion in the future will become, you go maybe to your wardrobe and there's a live scan of you through the webcam kind of thing, and you can change your items to what clothes you have in your wardrobe.
Okay,
And
so
give you
in this case,
recommendations.
it can be better customized to each person because everybody is different.
Yeah.
But when we are going to clothes, there is like sizes and which you can choose from. And
what sizes fit similar to this size?
exactly. You
things
have
like
different
this.
shape of the foot, and for you need to have like customized shoes.
Yeah, but I'm thinking like once it's integrated, a bit like the smart appliances, like the dishwasher, the lights, the alarm system, things like cameras on houses. How about wardrobe being interactive? So when you think, this shirt looks a bit old now, so you just click the mirror, order a new one, the new one comes in the post, and it knows your size because it's your wardrobe, it's your online wardrobe, and it shows you virtually what you have.
Yeah, but also. You mean that
It's
in
integrated.
the wardrobe will be like scanner?
Yeah, it knows what, like you have in the fridge. You have a smart fridge now. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah.
It knows what you have in the fridge,
Yeah.
and it can give you meal plans for what you have and how to cook them on your smart cooker. And the cooker will alter the temperature to cook your food. You just need to put the food in, and it does it. So I'm thinking technological, that wise, like time saving, if you know what I mean. Okay, next one. Will people still work in the future? That's a big question at the moment. And also, if not, why? What jobs will they be doing?
Also, huge topic I could
talk about Elon Musk. What was the quote? What he said, isn't it? If you remember it, you don't have to remember the exact quote, but
I mean that people will need to work all the time, but
doing what?
That the way of the work will change.
Definitely, it's going to change in the next 50 years. I'd say.
Like people 200 years ago, they use showers to grab the dick in the hole.
Yeah. What about jobs though? So let's talk about.
But how we are working right now? We have laptops. We are clicking something, and that's the job for us. Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Not physical.
Yeah.
I understand what you mean. Think about warehousing. So you can become a warehouser. So you work in warehouses. You get qualifications doing that. You are manager, team leader, senior leader. You can become a warehouse manager, for example. You work in a warehouse and you're good at stock taking and you work within a factory. Do you think there'll be a need for those jobs in 10 years, 15 years? Or do you think robots will
Robots can replace, already they are replacing
Amazon
people.
factories.
But,
what about remote working?
Yeah, but robots can replace people, but somebody need to control these robots.
And so that's a job.
Yeah, so for example, we have like factory, which already work in like 20 people, and you can replace this 20 for one people and three robots.
Yeah, one person.
One person, three robots. Yeah.
But what about when AI becomes more superior and it replaces that one person? Because the AI can send the robot with another robot to a factory to get it fixed.
Yeah. But
do you know what I'm saying?
It is possible.
Where is it going in the future? It's going to be there's no jobs.
It is possible, but I think that we are people, we need to pretend it.
Yeah, protect it. Protect our value. Yeah. Protect our working life. Yeah, I understand. Because I think working life is important for people's cognitive ability and development as a human. Like if you sit on the sofa all day, you'd probably get onset dementia.
You need to do
very
something.
soon.
You need to do something.
You need to do. We have a purpose. You need to do something.
But
some people do nothing. That's their purpose.
Yeah, exactly. But okay, let's say that people will have like minimal salary just from the government, and let's say that they can live in kind of the good quality life of it. So what will these people do? These people probably will go to some other places to spend some money.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
No, it's true. It's true. Like
you need to do something. You can't just sit
purpose.
Yeah.
Whether it's God, religion, family man, family woman, work, anything. People need stuff to do.
Yeah, exactly. And if some people will like receive this minimal money to live without working, most of them will try to find a way to earn more to have like better lifestyle than others. That's just like competition between the people.
Yeah, true. Very true. So how do people predict the future? Again, broad topic. How do people predict the future? And after this now, we're going to go into some like nouns and verbs and stuff like this, little sayings. But how do people protect the future?
Protect?
Yeah, like how do people protect it and how do people predict it also?
Mm,
Do the prediction first. How do we talk about the future? What do we know?
because we are thinking what could happen from the state that we are right now.
From the past.
And also from the past. But people from the past saw differently the future that we have already.
Yeah.
They thought that there will be a lot of fly cars or things like that. I saw a couple interesting videos and films how people saw like 2020 when they were in
1970s
1980s.
and
Yeah,
stuff, and kids draw images.
there wasn't a lot of cars, and the vision of it was like small. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like small bottles or cars
Yeah.
where people can jump in,
Yeah.
and it will like drive in some road to some
Self-driving,
place.
yeah.
Now,
I
for
think-
example, we can see the future that we can travel without going somewhere, like teleports or things like that.
Yeah, they can teleport images though. They can do things like that, and there is some form of teleportation available at the moment.
Images.
Images
I saw the-
and DNA or something. They've done, not DNA. They've done something like that. Well,
I haven't heard about that. Now I know that the
Sound.
video streaming is video streaming will look like this, that you have like cameras,
Yeah.
and somebody can have like box,
Yeah,
and
it
you
looks
will
3D.
be like an hologram
Yeah, I
in
understand.
lifetime.
Yeah, like an online meeting, but
Yeah.
you're in a room.
Yeah.
No, because like when we do our lessons, there's a big difference between me not having my camera on and you.
Exactly.
The level of learning increases massively just due to body language.
Exactly.
So if you could increase that into a 3D model in a meeting, the meeting will probably be more productive.
Yeah, probably. And imagine that you can have like one expert, one let's say teacher, and he can
tell you what to do.
No. I mean that he can make a classes in 5 different universities in one time.
Do you know what would be really interesting for me personally is, do you know, like surgical things, like surgeons, they could do remote operations using the robots. So they could do open heart surgery from America to a customer in India.
That would be...
As long as they're integrated with the system and the connection, the ping is perfect, they could operate that remotely and they don't need to fly to India from America. So they could upload things into that computer so the computer could do it automatically with their kind of mannerism and technique. That's surgical advancements for teleportation could be interesting. Do you understand what I mean?
Yeah,
for
I
like
see.
remote working that way. That would be really interesting.
That would be, but...
It's cool, isn't it, when you think about it? But the risk is high. But imagine being able to perform, operations in Africa to do cataracts in children because they're going blind from some disease, and the doctor can't go over there with the Red Cross and spend a year there doing loads of operations.
Yeah.
But he can do it remotely.
I mean that it could work, but somebody will need to stay next to this robot in
Yeah, but
case
you
of
need-
the electricity.
Yeah, you need management plan involved, but I'm saying it could be possible.
Yeah.
And that would
say
change
so.
stuff. That would change the game in that kind of thing. So we're going to talk about some future vocabulary. Things like the foreseeable future. So it's a noun. The foreseeable future. What does that mean to you? And then I'll tell you the reason. The foreseeable future.
Foreseeable? I don't know if I understand.
So I would say it's the future as far as we know it, as far as can be predicted or expected. You would say the foreseeable future. So how would you use that in a sentence, for example?
But
so it's the future as far as you can predict or expect. How would you use that?
You think that you can predict something.
Yeah, but use it in a sentence. Foreseeable.
Foreseeable. So I can
foresee.
Foresee.
You could say that if you want.
I can foresee the future for the next 5 years.
Yeah, for yourself.
For myself.
Okay. The near or not too distant future. It means something that's going to happen soon within your lifetime or just a little bit beyond that lifetime. So try to use the near or use the not too distant future.
Not too distant future. So in not distant future, I would buy a house.
You would like to buy a house.
Yeah.
You would like to buy a house. So on the horizon, just around the corner. That's an adverb phrase. So on the horizon, just around the corner. So something that's about to happen. It's obviously just around the corner.
Yeah, so
think about what's coming next before the house.
So
around the corner for me is...
Around the corner for me is to save any money for the house.
Yeah, or is to move into my new flat, because
Yeah.
you're moving into a new flat. So before the house. Immortal, so that's an adjective. Something that will live or last forever, such as God, or like a great story, or a great night out. It's like folklore, it lives forever. So immortal. So how could you say that about the future?
God is immortal.
God is immortal, yeah.
Simple one.
But maybe like the impact you have on software development will live on forever. So you could become immortal within your job. Like Bart designed this, and we still use it now because there's programs that the basis is still being used now, but people have advanced it a long way. But when you look back at the initial table, the core, the foundation, someone in the 80s probably thought of that, but someone's just made it much better during the future. So, but someone originally thought of that idea. So they're immortal, this person. Bill Gates, for example, Elon Musk, they're immortal people. They've thought of something, and probably that will live forever. No one will ever forget the name. Prophesize, verb, prophecy, noun. A prediction about the future or a belief. It's based on belief rather than evidence. So, how would you use that in a sentence?
Which one word exactly? Because
Prophesize or prophecy.
Prophecy.
You could say, that's my prophecy, or you could say, I prophesize that.
If you are doing something, that's your prophecy. So
yeah, or if you think of something that could happen, you could say, I believe, so I prophesize that.
Okay, that way. So I prophesize that we can travel to the Mars in the next 50 years.
You travel to Mars in the next 50 years? Yeah, why not? Yeah. So it's in the foreseeable future. It's around the corner. So these are like words that you can use to talk about the future to increase your vocabulary. The foreseeable future, the near, not too distant future, the distant future, immortal, to prophesize, prophecy. It'll give you a bit more flexibility speaking about future terms in language. Basically, like, I prophesize this, I predict this, things like this. Okay, we're not going to talk about Blade Runner because it's a sore subject for Bart. So he's not watched it yet. So, and I did have questions about that, actually. So, okay, I'll ask you one question. Nostradamus, you've heard of this guy?
Nostradamus?
Yeah. Oh dear. Oh, this is what I'm working with. This is what I have to deal with on a daily basis.
That's the challenge for you.
Yeah, special needs.
Yeah.
I feed him sometimes. Sometimes I put like a bib here and I feed him and stuff like this now. No, okay. No, Nostradamus prophesized the 9/11 attacks. So, in America, the Twin Towers. He also predicted the coronavirus. This is the guy living in like the 1600s, 1700s. So this is hundreds and hundreds of years ago. He was well known for his predictions. So he predicted the future. But some people don't believe that. They just said it was random. Like he just happened to get it right.
But don't you think that they are like trying to predict thousands of the things and one of these just happened?
Or people just connect the dots.
Yeah.
Like sometimes in life when you think, if I do a good deed, someone will do something good to me.
Yeah.
But sometimes it doesn't work that way. But then when something does good happen to you in 10 minutes, you think, because I did something good.
Yeah, but if I say that something will happen in next 2 years, exactly in this place, in this time,
and it
will happen,
you're a god.
Yeah, I just said it for fun, and
you're immortal.
Yeah,
that's what you are. You're immortal. Okay, so these are like open questions again. We'll fire through these quite fast. Do you think this is very, very basic? And I don't want to get into anything like what we don't want to get into here. Do you think there could be another world war in the near future? If not, why not? If so, why? And give it like a short but like a succinct, nice answer.
In my personal view, I think that yes. That will be because in every 100 years
cycle,
cycle from the world started. Wars happen.
Yeah.
World War happened, and it will happen, but also in a different way, like it was like 100 years ago, I would say.
Yeah.
Because
it might not be on the battlefield. Yeah. It could be, but it will be more technological.
Exactly.
So you're talking maybe like social media.
social media, fake infos and
Fake
things like
information.
that, they will start war from this side. And I would say that mostly that will be remote war.
Yeah.
Not too much people in the front.
Yeah, I
A lot
understand
of
what you
people
mean.
will like use the remote devices like drones or things like
and
that
things,
to
yeah.
attack the opponent.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Okay, so I don't want to make it. So we've talked about the country's foreseeable future. What's the biggest thing would you say is going to happen in Poland, the change in Poland? And it could be connected to any topic, but like a big thing that's already just happened or in the foreseeable future that you think that will definitely change things in Poland. Like what could happen here?
In which time period?
This is what I mean, just a big one, like a big one that's on the horizon, that's around the corner, foreseeable.
I don't see a lot.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
what's
I
a
know.
big one that could change?
I mean that I don't know if Poland is working on something huge,
Yeah.
which will like come in the next couple of years. So it's really hard to say. What can I say?
Think what country do we live next to?
One more time.
What country's next door to us?
Germany.
What's the other way?
Yeah, but
what's the other way?
Ukraine. But
Okay, so what's happening there at the moment? So if Poland decided to send ammunition more and tanks and jets there, what could happen? If we just happen to go, there's 50 jets control the skies, what would happen then? That would risk Poland massively.
Yeah.
So that could be something militarial, something connected to Ukraine could affect Poland hugely in the future.
Everything is connected.
I mean, it's okay for the UK and Germany to say, send them things, will replace your jets with new ones, like America said. But we live next door to them.
Exactly.
So we're within a stone's throw, you would say, of Ukraine. How long is it to Lviv? Lviv from here,
Lviv.
How long?
I don't
in a
know.
car going 150. 2 hours.
Yeah.
2 hours away in a car. What's that for a drone? 20 minutes?
Or less maybe.
Yeah, so it's okay, help them, but yeah, we want to help, but there's a balance between helping. So some decision I'm saying Poland could have a big impact.
Yeah, I have another topic on another podcast.
Okay, save it.
Yeah, about helping people, because in the really long story short, I would say that you can help others, but first thing first, you need to help yourself. If you are weak, you can't help others.
Yeah, there's another saying as well. We'll talk about the Polish one in a minute, but there's another saying as well, like charity starts at home.
Yeah.
Charity starts at home.
Exactly.
So rather than helping other people, help you and your family first. But that can be a little bit, but it does, charity starts at home. What's the Polish saying we were talking about before? There's two, about the finger and about the pit.
Yeah, so
you can say it in Polish first.
I can say so. It is like dasz palec, wezmą rękę,
which means
that you
hole that you dig.
You can give your finger and somebody will catch your hand.
Okay.
And second one is kto dołki kopie, tym sam nie wpada. It means like if you dig the hole, you probably will fall down to this hole.
So be careful, basically. Yeah. So it's all connected. We're nearly finished now. We're nearly finished with this one. So I know everybody's dragging on with this one. So I'll focus it to two questions. So, what threats will humans face in the future? Will humanity, this broad context again, will humanity destroy itself? Why or why not?
We are already destroying ourselves.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
But there is people who want to destroy something. There are people who want to do something to save like humanity. Because let's talk about idea to go to the other planet like Mars.
Yeah.
Why and from where this idea come? Okay.
Because the world's on fire, basically.
Yeah, world is on fire, and
in 100 years, it's not going to be good news.
Yeah.
So we should be laying the path.
Like in science fiction films already, people are taking the some other stars in the planets in the space to go there and try to live there to save the humanity.
There's a strange thing though. I think it's obviously a gimmick. You would say a gimmick, so it's not true. But you can actually buy a star.
Buy a star?
Yeah, you can buy a star for someone. Okay. And you can get an official from whichever space commission that you own that star.
Mm.
That's what. And it's like who own. And another question is, this is another podcast completely, but who owns the moon?
Yeah.
No one. But who does own the moon? Would the Americans first, or is it the Russians, or who owns the moon? Who would decide who builds what on the moon?
Yeah. Exactly.
So they're different questions for different podcasts, but yeah, that was a little bit of vocabulary linked to the future, and just an open topic-based conversation class with Bart. So
yeah, another one. So
Yeah, why
another
not?
interesting topic.
got to do it.
Yeah, so that will be all for today. Adam is an English teacher,
Yeah.
and feel free to reach out the lesson with him. First one is like free.
Yeah, lessons are flexible and personable to your needs. I try to facilitate you the best I can, and I've got lots of positive reviews from students, such as Bart, people who've passed exams and many years' experience. So I'm happy to help any endeavour connected to English.
If you have problem with speaking, you understand English but you can speak,
Yeah.
I really recommend.
Conversational English,
Yeah.
situational, functional, networking based, business English, presentation English, things like that. Also exam preparation. Happy to help.
Yeah, exactly. So full recommendation from my side. And that will be that's it for today.
That's
and
it for today.
Yeah,
And he's going to watch Blade Runner.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for today, and see you in the next one. Bye.
See you later.